Hi guys, happy Monday. I hope that your week is off to a great start so far. So I wanted to film a video, so I wanted to film something fun and just relax, so I decided to film my September favorites for you. These are my favorite videos to film because it's so much fun talking about the products that I loved throughout the month. So don't forget to leave me a comment below letting me know what you guys loved throughout the month of September so I can add it to my list, which is continuously growing. I need to go to Sephora and the drugstore and pick up all of your recommendations because you guys leave me so many good recommendations. I hope that you guys had the best September, and I hope that October is amazing for you. My husband and I are kicking off the fall season with a trip to Boston this weekend, and I am so excited. I've never been there, but we've been wanting to go for a while, so I would love your suggestions. If you guys are from Boston or you visit there often, leave me a comment below with your favorite places to go or your favorite places to eat, because we're going to try to cram a lot into our 3-day weekend, and I already talked to a few of you on Snapchat and you've left me so many suggestions. So if you are from Boston or that area, I would appreciate your opinion so much. We've Googled it and we've gotten like a few recommendations from the internet, but I would love to hear from you guys. So let me know in the comments below if you guys do have a second. Okay, so let's jump into it. I did a drugstore haul either in September or August. I can't remember. I was going to do a haul update, but I think I've touched on all of the products since then. I am going to make my hauls a little bit more helpful by doing either reviews when I'm doing the haul or haul updates very quickly afterwards, because I like hauls, but generally a lot of people want to know what I think about the products, so I promise I will make my hauls a little bit more beneficial. So I didn't get a chance to talk about the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes, but I have been wearing these every single day during the month of September. So I liked the Wet n Wild blushes before they reformulated them. I thought they were amazing, but they did reformulate them and repackage them not too long ago. But I have the shades Apricot in the middle, which is a really beautiful warm peach, and then I have Rose Champagne, which is the perfect everyday medium pink color. These apply beautifully. They're very pigmented and they just blend out very smoothly, and they almost have a slight sheen to them. They don't look like they do in the pan, but when you apply them to the face, they almost give you a very, very subtle highlighted glow, which is my favorite type of blush. So I generally reach for these every single day. I feel like they go with every makeup look, but they're really subtle, so they're not going to distract from your eye makeup or your lip makeup, and I can't get enough of them. I love that they're so affordable, and really I've been reaching for them over my high-end blushes. So I am back to using a Benefit's Hoola bronzer to contour and bronze up the skin. I go back and forth. I have times where I'm obsessed with it and I use it every single day, and then I have times where it's like sitting in the back of my makeup collection. Recently, I've been using it every single day. I love this because it is a cool-toned matte bronzer, so it is great for contouring. I don't generally like to use specific contour shades or contour palettes because I feel like in general they have like a grayish or almost like green undertone to them, so that they're not too warm. And this one is a little bit too dark for my skin, but if I use a very light hand and I blend it out, I feel like it's subtle enough that it's not too dark or dramatic. I just love the formula of this bronzer. I feel like it's just the perfect bronzer or contour powder because it is a matte powder and it stays in place all day long, and I haven't been able to get enough of it. So I have a little bit of an expensive foundation routine going on right now. It's not anything too crazy. I mean, they are higher end products available at Sephora, but I'm not used to it because in general I use at least like a drugstore foundation for the most part, but I have been using a higher end primer, foundation, and concealer. So if you guys do have any dupes or recommendations for products that are similar to these, make sure you let me know in the comments below. But sometimes you do find higher end products that work well for you, and it's just, you gotta go with it. So the primer that I'm using is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and this is expensive. I mean, I was using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer before this, so it's not a whole lot more than that, but it is pricey. They do offer it in a smaller size, which is great if you do want to try it without purchasing like the full size, but I love this, you guys. It makes my skin so flawless, and the texture of the primer is so different from any other primer that I've tried. It's a really thin primer that blends out so smoothly, and it leaves you with a nice matte finish, but I'm telling you, when you apply foundation over this primer, it literally fills in every single fine line and pore on your face. But I love this. I don't even know how to explain it because it is so different from any other primer that I've tried. It's not heavy or thick or cakey. It's not liquidy. It's not like sticky. It's so like soft and smooth, and it almost has a very soft powdery finish. I wish I knew how to explain this better. I will do a foundation routine if you guys do want to see all of these products in action, but honestly, I've been using it every day and I haven't found anything that I like as much recently. The foundation that I've been wearing on top on most days is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. I got this last month for the first time, and honestly, I liked it at first, and then I went through a phase where I didn't like it. I was actually going to return it. I had it in its box in the receipt, and I never return makeup products because I'm not super picky. I have really oily skin, and it's obviously worse during the summer when it's hot out and your makeup's melting off, and I just felt like this didn't really hold up as well as I wanted it to. It goes on nicely, and it honestly is one of the most full coverage foundations that I've tried, but when it is so hot outside or I have a very long day ahead of me, I felt like it kind of broke down, especially in my nose or my T-zone area. Now that it's a little bit cooler outside, I feel like it's just the perfect foundation for me, and I do still have oily skin, but nothing compared to what it's like during the summertime. So I love this because it is extremely full coverage, which is my absolute favorite type of foundation, and it goes on really nicely. I do use quite a bit. They say, I think, that you only need one pump. I use like 1.5 or 1 3/4, but I love it. It makes my skin look so flawless, and I don't even have to wear a concealer underneath. I feel like it does matter which primer you use underneath this, because depending on the primer, I feel like the foundation can almost like ball up or become a little bit thicker in some places. So I love using it with the Hourglass primer. I feel like these two together are just like my perfect combination. I've been setting everything with my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder, but I've used that for a really long time, so there's nothing new about that. But I did finally try the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I was so like hesitant to try this because it's expensive, and honestly I was happy with my NYX HD concealer, which is maybe like $6. I still really like that concealer and I feel like it's a great option, but this is amazing. Like, my under eye makeup does not crease when I use this concealer. I was so surprised the first time that I used it, and I didn't have creasing under my eyes. I have like under eye wrinkles. I've had them since I was probably like 15 years old, and they're probably going to get worse with age, but it's just something that I've always had. So I feel like no matter what concealer I use, I always get creasing under the eyes, and it just kind of enhances that like under eye area, and it just doesn't look very nice. I haven't really found one that works for me, so I just usually go for like a full coverage option. You guys, this one does not crease under my eyes. It is so weird. I love this concealer. It blends out so beautifully. It just looks so flawless on the skin, and it doesn't break down on my face. Like, a lot of times with concealer, I'll go in around my nose or on my upper lip area because my foundation does tend to wear off a little bit more quickly there. When I wear this, it stays in place. It does not wear off. It doesn't move, and I love it. It is my absolute favorite. I do still want to try the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer because so many of you guys have told me that is your favorite, so that one is on my list next. So my favorite ColourPop shadow recently has been their Super Shock Pressed Pigment in the shade Fantasy. This is the most beautiful, intense, vibrant purple with a little bit of, it has like a blue shift to it or blue glitter in it. It is so insanely beautiful, and I'm not like too crazy when it comes to my eye makeup, but purples I feel like are just so much fun, and I love that this one is so intense. When I wore this shadow in some of my videos, I got so many requests to do a makeup tutorial, and you guys, I want to film makeup tutorials for you because a lot of you guys ask to see them, but honestly, like, I hate filming makeup tutorials. I feel like it's just an awkward process. I can never get the lighting right or the close-ups right. It takes so long, and I get like no views on my makeup tutorials, which is fine, but I feel like there are just so many more talented people out there that I myself would watch one of their tutorials over mine. And my makeup looks are just so simple. Like, I literally just switch up my crease color and my lid color, and everything else is exactly the same. So I feel bad because some people do ask me a lot, like, where are your tutorials? I miss your tutorials, and I would film them, you guys, but I'm just so bad at it, and I just feel like with the limited time I have to film videos, I'd rather film something else. If you guys really do want to see them, I'll try to do like one a month maybe, but honestly, I'm not good at filming them. My eye looks are like nothing too crazy, and I just feel like, I don't know, I'd rather film like other videos, but it could change, so stay tuned. I might do like a get ready with me next month, we'll see. Anyways, my next favorite is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Shadow in the shade Creme Brulee. It is a beautiful, kind of like ivory cream shade, and I just love using it to set my eyeshadow primer. If you have my skin tone or a lighter skin tone, it's going to be the perfect all over the lid shade, but if you have a skin tone darker than me, it's going to make a beautiful highlight. It's just a really nice matte shadow, and I love to apply this before I use any other shadows because it helps them to just apply smoothly really blend evenly, and I can't get enough of it, so I definitely recommend this one. So I've been talking about this eyeshadow palette ever since I first got it back in the springtime, and I honestly have been loving it so much. It's definitely in like my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes, and this is the Buxom Dolly's Wild Side palette. It is so beautiful. It's perfect for everyday wear. It's perfect for those special occasions, and it just comes with 6 really beautiful shadows. Mine is a little bit of a mess because the shadows are a little bit powdery, the matte shades, so they do tend to kick up a lot of shadow. But it comes with 2 matte shadows, so I actually like to use these, like I like to use the lighter one as a transition color, and then the darker one as a crease color, and then it comes with 4 shimmery shadows. I am in love with this palette. I love everything about it. It's great for those days when you want like a really nice, easy, natural look. You can use the lighter colors, or if you want a little bit more of an intense, dramatic look, you can amp it up with some of the darker shades, and I always use this gold shade all over the lid. So I love spraying my brush and applying it all over the lid, and it gives you this beautiful foiled effect. And you guys, this is the most beautiful palette. If you haven't tried it yet, I definitely recommend it. I'm a big fan of Buxom eyeshadows, but I just love the shadows that they put together in this palette. I feel like I use it so super often, and I just can't get enough of it, so I had to mention it again. Okay, and my last favorite is a lip color. I've actually been using a Buxom lip gloss a lot this month, but I couldn't find it. It's their lip gloss in Dolly. I just thought I would throw it out there. But I've also been using the BURT'S Tinted Lip Balms in this shade Rose, which is a really beautiful rosy red, and then Pink Blossom, which is just a perfect everyday pink shade. I am super good at describing shades. I'm always like, the perfect pink shade or the perfect red shade. But I love these because they are a tinted lip balm, so they are super hydrating, super moisturizing, but you also get a hint of color. I hate wearing like clear lip balms because my lips aren't super pigmented, so if I don't have anything on them, they kind of just like blend into my face, and I like to have a little bit of color. So these are just like my perfect go-to colors. If I have makeup on and I just want like a light hint of pink, I'll reach for the pink one, or if I want a little bit more of like a deeper shade, I'll reach for the red one because it does have a good amount of color to it, but it's not anything too crazy. So that is it. That is the end of my September favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are still watching, leave me a comment below letting me know that you made it to the end. I was so surprised last time I did that because I feel like people always drop off before the end. So if you are still watching, thank you so much for watching my videos. Honestly, it means so much to me, and I'm super excited to film more videos for you guys in October. So if there's anything that you want to see, make sure you let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.